Alrighty, folks, we're back again live tonight because I wanted to share with something new to me. I've heard about it quite a while ago. Never really participated because I wasn't a mainnet Ethereum kind of dude. The gas prices drove me away from mainnet Ethereum for a while, and so I never really participated, but I paid attention, and what we're going to talk about today is called Zed Run, folks. This is an absolutely epic um, NFT based cryptocurrency, of course, ecosystem built around horse racing. It's kind of crazy. I do have a horse in it right now that is getting ready to run when this race fills. But let's go show you the horse first because this horse is borrowed. This is a brand new feature that they're allowing stable owners that have horses to put them out into the marketplace up here to borrow a racehorse. So if you had a racehorse already and you're not racing it or you're not breeding it, you can put it out to um, the marketplace to borrow, and it is absolutely free to borrow. They only let you borrow one horse per MetaMask account. So remember that one horse per MetaMask account. And the technique I've documented it a little bit in my Discord in the Zed Run channel if you want to get more in depth here. But effectively, what you can do is borrow the racehorse. And what you'll want to do first is check the daily tournament schedule. So right now we are in the 12 to 18 bracket here, um, and it is the 15th, 12, 34, 15th. So we are on the conditional um, Z5, Z10. So if you notice, there's different types, and they're constantly tweaking this. So you're gonna have to kind of pay attention and keep up with their scheduling. But what you'll want to do is you'll want to borrow a horse that fits at least a couple, if not three or four of these conditionals. Like if you can get a Buterin Z 5 through 10 or 200 through 268, then you could race more. Because the trick here and the key that you want to kind of pay attention to is when you borrow a horse, you split the winnings with the stable owner, whoever owns the horse. But if you entered a paid race, because there are free and they're paid race, if you enter a paid race, you're on the hook for the full downside. So if you enter a race and lose, that's your loss. But if you then win that race, you're sharing your earnings with the the stable owner, the owner of the actual horse. So that's why you only enter the free conditionals and the free, because there is up to a lot of times there's like $12,000 to $14,000 in each one of these purses. Yeah, so like right now there's $14,000 in the prize pool if you're able to get a horse into basically the finals, because basically pretty much most of the horses in the finals will get something. I haven't looked because I've not qualified one that far up. We'll go look here in a second, because this horse that I've got now is absolutely on fire. If you've read the video description, so yeah, let's go to the tournaments and we'll take a look at. Let's see the Buterin Cry Foul. Did I qualify in this one? I did not qualify in that one. But if we go to yesterday, I actually placed 1400th and won with a borrowed horse. That's only in I've only had a handful of races, so I kind of got a little ahead of myself here. So we'll go look at the horse's specs. This horse was born back in 2019, It is a Z9, which is the ninth round, I guess, of this Genesis. And then Buterin is their four or five bloodlines or whatever they have. But that's allegedly, and if you notice, there's no family history here because there is no family. This horse was a Genesis horse, and I'm borrowing it from the stable right now because they put it up for borrow. And when I went here to pick it, it happened to be there, and it happened to meet my um, criteria. So, like, if we were looking to do this right now, you would actually probably want to get a 201 or 268 because we're already over with. So let's look for a Z201 to 268. So basically, what you would do is see these are all low Z's. So then what you do is you just reload this. There's a plugin you can get um, that would reload this, but basically, I believe it automatically changes too. As of course, as horses get borrowed up, this list is going to have to change, and that's kind of the hard part right now. Wow, this is an interesting one. This is a Class One horse. Wow, doesn't win very much, but it's ran a whole lot. But it's available for borrow. That's the crazy thing. There's a lot of interesting horses if you're into this at all. There's a lot of horses out there that may or may not be winners. And if you can place at all high in one of the races with a borrowed horses, it costs nothing but your time to run a bunch of these races. So let's go see if this is filled up by chance yet. Nope. Um, I picked so there's more and more people coming in, so this will fill up here momentarily. But let's go back to the data now that we know what the horse is. Let's go look at this nonsense. So I started this horse um, out of Discovery when I borrowed this horse right there. And Discovery class, so this horse, they ran this horse in 2021 and then a couple times in early 2022. But then Zed Run made a whole bunch of changes, um, adding in this discovery concept, and then of course adding in the borrowing of the horses concept after that. So then I ran this horse starting on 9/12. I've been running this horse all the way through the discovery phase because you got to run 10 races. And I'd figured out early on, and even here, even though here's a 2200, but all of a sudden, when I was running these horses, there's a technique there. You want to try when you're in discovery. You want to try to run all the different uh, distances you can in your 10 races to figure out to see if you can figure out if the horse has a particular proclivity to like one or more of the distances. And you notice this is how they tell you is I was still in the discovery phase, and I got a 24 and a 2200 flame, is what they call here. And since I was starting to get 2200 flame, I did another 2200, and then I did another 2200 once I got labeled as a class 3 horse. I kept getting these flames, get flames, got flames, and then of course I didn't get one, and then I got a little trigger happy, a little itchy, and broke my own rule. I'm gonna admit right now I broke my own rule by entering a paid race. But hey, I've entered a paid race for because one I've not done it before. I didn't know how to come up here and how to get so that was a learning process. Basically, you need what they don't. You have to connect MetaMask to mainnet Ethereum, but you need to go to Polygon and otherwise work out some wrapped Ethernet. Wow, there's my IT coming out. Wrapped Ether in your Polygon wallet, but you're not going to interact with it on Polygon here. You're going to interact with and just sign a message. Maybe later on I'll do another live stream where we do this, but you're just gonna sign a message on mainnet, and then through the magic of layer two, it just happens. I don't agree. I don't fully understand it all. We could flip over to Polygon and see. Yep, there was a multi call. It did do something. So the layer one, layer two thing is working. And then see here now I've got to sign back in because I flipped. So yeah, you'll do something similar to this, but you'll sign a message on mainnet, but then behind the scenes you're doing the interaction on layer two, which is pretty slick. But I don't fully understand how all that works. So we're just gonna let it go, folks. Let it go. All right. So cry foul. Let's see. Are we ready to run this yet? Nope. Not quite ready to run this. I think I went open class. If we're not quite ready to run, where's my horse then? There it is. Oh, this is just not even a. I entered the wrong race. I entered just a. I didn't even enter the tournament race. So there's another little learning curve there. When you want to run tournaments for the conditionals, a lot of time you've got to run the open class. And you'll see here the conditional will show up here. So that's definitely a learning thing because I was running under class three. What's this? Less than 5% win rate. Ooh, and it's a top six. What's my win rate? Oh, I don't have a. I've got too high of a win rate. Damn it. All right, we're halfway filled on this, so I don't know if we're gonna stick around because this could take a minute since it's not the regular. Will they let me run a tournament race again? If that one's not filled, let's go see if I can do like if it'll let me. Here's another learning. Nope. So see, since I've already entered a race, it won't let me enter another race. So they're definitely a kind of learning in real time again, folks. But yeah, this horse is absolutely on fire. 9 of its flames have been at 22. So now I'm gonna slowly, like I believe I entered in a 2000. Yeah. So now this particular race that I entered in, even though it wasn't the one for the tournament, these are going to be more closely related horses to the level three that I'm, or class three that I'm in. So this is actually a better race. Oh yeah, we're filling up pretty good, and I might be able to jabber on here long enough to get this race to fill and start up. Um, but yeah, this horse has been absolutely on fire here with the longer durations. Or the longer distances. So we can assume at this point this horse is a marathoner. It likes this longer distances, so we're gonna feed it most of the longer distances, and then maybe once in a while give it a short race just to see out of the blue if it just happens to win a do good at a short race because there's all kinds of crazy details I could get into about the type of horse and the finishing but the problem with this particular horse is there's no family history. We don't since it's a Genesis horse, we probably have to play it a little differently, I presume. Um, since we can't go into the family history and say, yeah, this had a good running mother and a good running father, or the mother bred you know 3 other good runners, that we can't do that with Genesis, and so we kind of just have to run this horse, and then the cool thing about it is I'm sort of doing this. Yeah, I spent $2.50 in Weath so far in this horse, which I shouldn't, but I was kind of playing the odds that I maybe top six, since I have been doing, 5, 1, 4, 4, maybe I could have squeaked out a top six because of those there, but hey, it didn't work out. So yeah, generally this can be a free minus your own time. You don't have to spend a lot of time. I'm spending a lot of time sitting here waiting for a run, but normally what I would do is just run the horse and then just come back over here randomly and check out the result and then enter it in the next one. And in a couple hours, run again because they do have traits here you've got to watch. And I think it's a little bit better to see over here, even though it might be small. They do give you a percentage here, and then I can bring this up. So I'm at the fresh state still. And so basically, as long as you keep your stamina above 90%, you don't potentially lose any race performance. They say between 90 and 80% is where their algorithm will kick in. Between 89 and 80, basically, is where you're in an active, what they call active racing state, and they do whatever tweaks they're gonna do um, between the 89 and 80%. So that might be where you find where your horse truly works at, or if you just always want to run it in a fresh state, is just basically every 12 hours it's going to recover. But if you give your horse like a couple hours in between each race and don't really get down too far into the active state, you'll never hit that algorithm. And I think that's a good strategy for early horses is to keep them fresh and then only tap them into the active mode, maybe later on when they're um, in that, in that development state, after you've gotten out of discovery for certainly. So yeah, we've now done 27 races. It's not like Haku says here, it's only a 7%, but it shows 25% of the time. So these top six races might be where the owner, I'm not going to do too many more. I might do, you know, a couple more, a few more free races, and then right before I have to give him back because there's a time limit here. Right before I give him back, I might do one more paid run just because I can. Maybe we'll see. Or what I'll do is if this happens again and I get like three flames in a row, I may jump into an early top six run, or if I notice this sort of trend again where I'm getting two, three, maybe a nine. Okay, that wasn't great, but it was still a flame. And then four, five, one, four. That horse was placing a lot right there, and some of those decisions can be made in real time. And then look at the race. Go and look at the paid race and wait for that good race that where we could potentially get a flame and top six, and then at that point, I'll gladly split the winnings with the horse owner at that point. Um, if it happens to come to that decision. So, but yeah, doing this for free is takes a little bit of time, and we're not quite filled yet. It's because basically most people I think are playing the open class right now here. Like so, if we were to go look at like 2200. Yeah, see, that's the problem. See, there's 1600, 1700. So those are higher classed horses to my 1500, low 1500s. So that's going to be the challenge with this open class is finding the distance that I know my horse likes and that's full enough, so you're not going to necessarily want to start go into a race like here's so 1800, here's one, 1600, high 15s, some high 16s. So yeah, oh, here's a 14, so I might beat that horse. So yeah, that's here's a 24, but there's only three horses, so we'd have to watch this fill out. But see here, there's already a 17. So that's the trouble when they have these open class races. You're not racing against your class, you're racing against either your breed or your Z type, um, which changes up the dynamic of the game. So that's what keeps it fun. So definitely, I will grab I will send this link here over to the YouTubers, and we'll do this if I can do that. There we go. And then we'll give a link to the Haku as well for this horse. There, I just updated the doobly doo below. So if you want to check out the horse on Haku, because Haku, I can give them a little bit of a demo too. Haku does have some collections that they do. Their biggest one right now is definitely the Zed Marketplace, and so yeah, there are, you can spend as much or as little as money as you want. Like this crazy sucker, unraced horse. Why? C9 Butyril, and he's never raced. Why? All right, whatever. Someone's just spamming the. So like this dude's wants 777 ETH. What are you with no paid races? I think some of these people are just spamming. I mean, it's a great win rate. Wow, it is a sprinter. Look at that. What? How do you get a flame every single time? Because he's running 1,000 every single time. What the Dillio? He got paid here. What is up with that horse? Dude, now see, this horse is not, it's an elite. It's not a Genesis. So this horse has parents and offspring. But 77, that is a crazy amount of money, folks. Nobody is ever going to buy that. What is that, $12 million? I could have a real horse for probably $12 million. Holy shit. Yeah, so the rabbit hole is crazy here, folks. So like win rate. So if we go to the high 100% win rate. Oh, because they've won one race. They've won one race, so they list it. Oh, they won their Griffin race, and so now they want .04. So they want $78 for that horse. Jesus, because it won a 1,500 and a flame. Wow, 100% win rate on one race. So yeah, the rabbit hole is deep here, folks. Cause like, and then let's go to the lowest price. 0002. So 32 cents. Oh, I went too many zeros. $3. So yeah, there's all kinds, folks. This rabbit hole is very deep. Um, very deep. Oh hey, we might be running this now. Nope. Come on. Class 3. We're still halfway there, folks. We're just gonna let this sit here and run. I was hoping it'd be a little faster than this. To fill, I jumped into the wrong race. I should have got in one of these open classes and just ran it. Um, but yeah, if you want to check out Zed Run, um, this is a crazy rabbit hole that I found not too long ago. Um, and just paid attention. Like I said, just paid attention to it for a good part of a year or so. I think I found it. Um, Unfortunately, I hate to admit, probably Alex Becker probably turned me on to Zed Run. If it wasn't one of my other whale friends that I watched his YouTube channels too, who knows? But somebody turned me on to this Zed Run, and I just kept it in the back pocket as okay, yeah, this could be cool, this could be interesting, and just let them do their thing, because I've not been a mainnet Ethereum kind of person since I've gotten burned on a couple tokens back in the day, and then the gas wars I got sick of, and it just wasn't me. So I just didn't dive in since they were Ethereum. But thankfully they adopted a layer two solution for Polygon, and made things affordable now. So um, give them a check out if you want. If not, I will catch you in that next video, folks. That's for sure.